Hi, it's Gadget UK here again. I don't know about you, but I'm getting deja vu. This RB button is not working on my Xbox One controller again. Really short update video here on the Xbox One controller. It's filthy, this, it needs cleaning up. The RB has gone again. Now I've replaced that 4 times. I've had 4 replacement cheap micro switches in there over the last 18 months, 2 years, since I did that last video. That's how many switches I've gone through, and that's because the cheap crappy ones off eBay. So I've got a better one here that I managed to salvage off some old equipment. I would recommend, if you're going to do this, buy one of these from a good a good source, somewhere like Farnell. I don't even know if they're called Farnell anymore. It's probably it's that Ben Heck sponsored site, isn't it? I can't remember the name of the damn thing, but yeah, somewhere like that. Don't just buy one off eBay, because they're just crap. They just don't last. Because the LB still works fine, but listen to the RB, nothing. And it's not the plastic inside, as I'll show you. But anyway, I'll strip this down. I'm not going to cover how to get in there. I've covered that in the last video, and I'll just show you me removing it and reassembling it. Right, so I've got the front and back off. You can see under here, I think it's that side. Yeah, it is. You can see under here, there's the 2 contacts of the switch and the 2 supporting brackets. So to get at it, you've got to unclip this piece of plastic here. It's, you feel like you're going to break it, but you don't, but it slides off. And then just be mindful of that there. That might have fallen out. Can you see? And it just, I don't know if you can see that clearly. It just slides into that little groove there. So it sits in that position. Hope that's clear. That's by far the fiddliest bit, getting that to stay in place when you clip this piece back on, and do it from the underside first and then over the top side. But you can see the switch here. Now you can see the last time I did it, I wedged some material. I got a very thin, 0.5 millimetre thick piece of silicone and wedged it between the micro switch itself and that back plate. You don't need to take that back plate off. Like I say, you can just take the switch off. So as I flip it over, it's the 2 contacts that are nearer to each other. It's those 2 there. So I'm just going to desolder those, pull that switch out, put the other switch in, and we should be done. That's that. There we go. You can see I've just desoldered one. There's some bits of particles of solder here. It's important that you use a brush or something to brush this down when you've finished, or you get these little bits of solder everywhere. So if I do the other one now, sorry, if I can see if I can get this on camera. I don't know if it's going to be obscured, but yeah, if we heat the other one with a bit of solder and flux, which I previously added, there you go. Hopefully you can see the solder has come off those 2. So you can see from the top side now, I'm going to pull the switch out. Now the first time you do this, if you've never been in one of these before, this metal bracket, you'll also need to desolder the 2 points on that as well, because it'll all come off as one piece. But because I've done it previously, you can see I've replaced with a separate switch here that's not joined to that metal piece. So like I say, yeah, you will need to take all 4 out the first time you do it. But you can see there's nothing, there's no click. It goes in and out, but it's like the copper inside has just gone flat or something. There's no spring in it at all, whereas this one is nice and clicky. So slightly wider as well. It might be only ever so slightly if you look compared to the one that's still there. The dimensions are about the same actually. So anyway, we'll get that on there now, and I'll leave that bit of padding there, I think, in between, just because the other problem you get on these is this plastic armature here. It can either crack or you get a bit worn off there, but the movement, there's enough movement. If I move it back, it's not in a dissimilar position to this one here. But anyway, by the time I've got this on, you'll be able to see and hear it click. Yeah, strangely enough, now that I'm not using one of these cheap micro switches, which are slightly thinner, I don't need my little silicone padding in between. It won't fit actually. With the silicone padding there, the switch is permanently on. But if we just listen to this now, that's noticeably, it's working, it's engaging, it's actuating. So yeah, I'll just solder it from the other side now. That's all I need to do, is just solder the 2 contacts, and I can reassemble it and it should be done. So to put it back together, let's say you've got to get that little piece there, the side bit of this button, into that little groove, and it just hangs down. And if it's in the right place, you should be able to push it, and you should be able to feel it clicking with the little switch behind. So that's when you know that's in the right place. And then now, where's the other bit gone? I need to stick this back on, and the easiest way to do this is, let's say, to try and get it on underneath. If you get it under the USB part there, just like that, and just try and push it over. It will need a bit of manipulation and force, because you've got to get the button into there. These two things have got to go over this side of the board, and those two holes have got to go over the two notches here. So yeah, it's not the easiest thing. You have to wiggle it a bit from put a bit of pressure on the underside, and then try and push it on the top, and eventually it snaps on. And just check this is still working. You should be able to feel it click when you press it. There we go, all reassembled and tested. It works fine again. So I think it should be good for a long time, that now. It really is just a case of using a low quality switch, but as you can hear, nice and clicky. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.